The truth of bank lockers. Know these things before keeping your valuables. At around 10 o'clock at night, sudden panic spread in a house. Jewelry was being taken out from an old chest, property papers were being searched, and fear was clearly visible on everyone's face. The elder of the house said softly, "Tomorrow we will have to open a bank locker." A few seconds of silence spread in the room, because everyone thought that a locker means complete security. But the fear begins right here. Is every item kept in a bank locker truly under the complete guarantee of the bank? And if something disappears inside, whose responsibility will it be? This very curiosity makes this story important. Because a bank locker is not just a small box of iron, it is also a legal agreement of trust, rules and responsibility. What can you keep inside a bank locker? In India, many people consider it safer to keep jewelry, property papers, will, insurance documents and family records in a bank locker. The fear of theft, fire or negligence at home takes them to the branch. SBI, Bank of Baroda, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Canara Bank and many other banks give lockers of different sizes. Whether the size is small or big, understanding the rules is necessary for every customer. The first thing is that a locker is not some secret storage where anything can be kept. It is used for valid valuables and important documents. Precious metals. You can keep gold, silver, diamond jewelry, family ornaments, and other precious metals in it. Many families keep wedding jewelry and old heirloom items in a locker for this very reason. Legal documents. Apart from this, property papers, sale deed, adoption papers, power of attorney, will, legal documents and old family records can also be kept in a locker. Financial records. Paper records connected with investment, like bond certificates, share certificates, insurance policies, tax papers and some important financial documents are also kept safe in a locker by people. In the digital era, a lot of paperwork has become online, but some original documents are necessary even today in physical form. If these very documents go into the wrong hands, they can cause big damage. Rules, fees, and allotment process. Taking a locker starts with an application. You go to the branch and ask about availability, and if a locker is not empty, the bank can put your name on the wait list. According to RBI rules, banks have to keep transparency in locker allotment. If a locker is not available, then the customer should get a waitlist number. KYC is necessary to take a locker. The bank can ask you for identity proof, address proof, recent photograph, and necessary verification details. Some banks advise linking a savings or current account to keep locker rent recovery easy. From this, rent can be debited on time, and the problem of default reduces. The rent of a locker changes according to size, branch location, and the bank's policy. In a metro city, charges can be different, and in a small town different. The bank can ask you for a security deposit or term deposit too. In RBI rules, the bank is allowed in some conditions to take a deposit covering 3 years of rent and breaking charges. But this does not mean that the bank can ask for a very big deposit arbitrarily. Locker facility cannot be made a tool to sell unnecessary financial products. The most important document is the locker agreement. Many people consider it just a signature form, but real rights and responsibilities are hidden in this very agreement. It is written in the agreement how the locker will operate, how rent will apply, what the prohibited items are, how a nominee will be added, and what the bank can do in case of a default. Revised agreement formalities have been important for old locker customers too. Many banks ask customers to complete updated locker agreements after RBI guidelines. Therefore, if you have an old locker, go to the branch and confirm whether the agreement, KYC, nominee and contact details are updated or not. What is strictly forbidden? Now comes the most sensitive part of the story. What cannot be kept in a locker? Because many people think that if a lock is on, then anything inside is safe. Keeping illegal or hazardous items in a bank locker is clearly wrong. If the bank has a doubt, it can take action according to the rules. Keeping cash or currency in a locker can also become a practical and regulatory risk. Banks generally do not consider a locker as the right place for cash storage. Weapons, ammunition, explosives, drugs, contraband goods, smuggled items, and any illegal thing in a locker is forbidden. Food items, perishable things, things with liquid leakage, or objects that can cause smell, damage, or contamination should not be kept in a locker. Radioactive material, dangerous chemicals, or any such thing that becomes a danger for the branch, staff, or other customers in a locker is absolutely wrong. Understanding the real liability and risks, here is a big twist. The bank generally does not keep a record of what you kept inside the locker and when you took it out. The inventory inside is the customer's responsibility. Therefore, whatever you keep in the locker, keep a private record of it with yourself. Jewelry bills, photos, valuation papers and document lists can help a lot in a future dispute. If ornaments are old and a bill is not available, then it is better to keep at least clear photos and an approximate family record. Depending on memory can become difficult later. Many people think that the bank automatically insures the goods kept in a locker. But the truth is that the bank does not know the value of contents, therefore it does not do insurance of the goods inside. According to RBI rules, the bank's liability is not unlimited. In cases like bank's mistake, employee fraud, fire, theft, burglary, robbery, dacoity or building collapse, the liability comes within a limited framework. If the loss has happened because of the bank's negligence or mentioned events, then the liability can be up to 100 times the prevailing annual rent of the locker. This very thing surprises a lot of people. If the locker rent is 4,000 rupees annually, then the liability will not necessarily be equal to the market value of the jewelry. Therefore, keeping crores worth of jewelry and assuming that the bank will give the full market value can be a dangerous misunderstanding. On the other side, the bank's liability on loss caused due to natural calamities like earthquake, flood, lightning, thunderstorm or the customer's own negligence is seen in a different way. It is the bank's duty to maintain the security of the vault area, fire safety, access control and proper system. But the customer also has to remain careful from their side. At the time of operating the locker, the bank verifies identity. Only the locker holder or authorized person can take access, and a record of entry-exit is maintained. According to RBI rules, the bank has to keep an access record along with date and time. This record can be very important in unauthorized access disputes. When the bank officer unlocks the first key or system access, they do not stand inside with the customer. The customer should get privacy while operating the locker. After locker operation, the bank can send an alert on the registered mobile number and email. Information about the date, time and redressal mechanism should be in this alert. If you did not operate the locker and still an alert came, do not ignore it. The branch and bank complaint channel should be informed immediately. After closing the locker, the customer should check themselves whether the door is properly locked or not. A small hurry can make a big risk. If the locker key is lost, inform the branch immediately. A duplicate key is not a matter like some simple house key. The process of breaking, replacement and charges can apply. Nominees, non-payment and inoperative lockers. Operating instructions and nominee details should be filled very carefully in a joint locker. Terms like either or survivor, jointly or authorized operator have a practical impact. Adding a nominee is very important, because after the death of the locker holder, the family has to follow a proper process to access contents. A nominee is not the owner, but claim settlement and the access process can become easy. Without a nominee, legal heirs might have to face more documents and delay. If a will is kept in the locker, some trusted person or executor must definitely have information about it. Otherwise, the very document with which a dispute was to be solved might remain locked. A bank locker should not be a tool of family secrecy, it should be a part of responsible planning. If family members do not have basic information, then in an emergency, the locker will become a confusion more than help. It is also in the RBI rules that if the locker rent remains unpaid for 3 years, the bank can break open the locker after due procedure. Before breaking open, the bank has to give a notice. A process like a letter, email, SMS, and if needed, a newspaper notice can be followed. If the locker remains inoperative for 7 years and the locker holder is not traced, then according to bank rules, it can do a process of transferring contents to the nominee or legal heirs or transparent disposal. Government enforcement agencies can also approach for locker attachment or seizure with an order of a court or competent authority. The bank follows the legal process in such cases. Therefore, considering a locker as a place for tax evasion, hidden cash or illegal storage is very risky. Doing so can start legal trouble, not financial safety. Best practices for smart locker management. Safe use means reviewing the locker at least once or twice a year. Whether the documents kept inside are outdated, whether the nominee is changed, and whether contact details are updated or not. It is practical to keep documents with a waterproof folder, sealed envelope, and clear label. But do not write such sensitive details on the envelope which make a privacy risk. While keeping original documents in a locker, keep an arrangement of a scanned copy or certified copy at home. If needed, suddenly going to the branch every time is not possible. If property papers are in the locker, there can be a delay in a loan, sale, mutation, or legal work. Therefore, keep the record system such that it is known immediately when needed. Before keeping jewelry, make a photo record of it. Do not forget to update the list while keeping ornaments back after a wedding or family function. Many times the problem is not from the bank, it happens from the family's mistake. Some item was taken out, the record was not updated, and later the blame game started. Locker availability in a bank branch can be limited. Therefore, in whichever branch a locker is wanted, charges, size, access timing and waiting status should be asked first. Locker rent is not just an amount. Small conditions like GST, penalty, breaking charges, late payment and surrender refund should also be understood in the agreement. If a locker is to be surrendered, it is necessary to empty contents, return the key, and take a closure acknowledgement. Just stopping use is not considered closure. In a situation of branch shifting or merger, the bank has to inform customers. Do not take such a notice lightly, because your valuables are kept in a physical location. In today's time, keeping the mobile number and email updated is a part of locker safety. Because of outdated contact details, alerts, notices, and important communication can be missed. Before taking a bank locker, ask yourself 3 questions. 1. Is this item truly worth a locker? 2. Do I have its record? 3. Does the family know the process? Do not hurry while operating the locker. Sign the entry, check items in privacy, close the locker properly, and keep the key safely before leaving the branch. Avoid these 4 common mistakes. 1. Forgetting the locker. Rent is auto-debited, therefore people do not even check what is kept inside for years. 2. Not adding a nominee. 3. Keeping cash. 4. Not keeping any proof or record of contents. A bank locker gives safety, but the responsibility of thinking remains the customer's. It is a tool of protection, not a magic box of guarantee. That night, the family that had decided to open a locker in panic understood one thing the next morning. Understanding rules before opening a locker is equally important. Because real security does not come just from a strong steel door. Real security comes from a correct agreement, updated nominee, clear record, and responsible use. If you have a bank locker or you are thinking of taking one, check its details today itself. Lest it happens that the very place where you trusted thinking it was safe, your biggest negligence is sitting hidden right there.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.